Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives, and we at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video.
Yes, we are not getting paid to advertise this man. We are just as concerned about criminals as others. We hate them with a passion. So we are doing this for free. We are not getting paid from the victim's family. You know, as one of our viewers and subscribers in the UK send a message that we are looking out because the carousing that was killed is our friend, and that's why we taking all of this time and energy to advertise the killer. But we just wanted to know that we are not doing it because we are getting paid, because we are not. We are not getting paid. So don't think that we are like other YouTubers. We are just doing this because we hate criminals, people who violate other people's rights. So you're looking at a man, his name is Javon Pinnock, and he's wanted by NYPD for the murder of Javon Jemison, aka Blingers, who was killed by this man and another man named Christopher King. From information received the last time he was seen in Jamaica was in Mandeville, Manchester. So we at the Jamaica Young Police channel are asking you, our loyal viewers and supporters of the Jamaica Young Police channel, to report this man to the local police so that they can arrest him and get him extradited to the United States of America. This man is a parasite, a human parasite, and he has been out there for too long, and it's going 2 years now since this man has killed this man, and the family need justice. So moving on to today's video. Yes, so there's a good old saying: if everyone likes you, something is wrong with you. Speak to the idea that a person who is universally liked likely lacks genuine individuality, strong convictions, or willingness to stand up for what they believe in. So here's a breakdown of the underlying concepts. You have some people, lack of individuality. To please everyone, a person might suppress their own unique personality traits, opinions, and preferences. So them side with the criminals and because they want to be popular. Side with the depraved mind. Them not say things because they want to hurt them, not tell them the truth. So they become a chameleon. Yeah, adapting to fit the expectation of each group they encounter. That's me, I don't do that. This can lead to a sense of inauthenticity, where the person's true self is hidden beneath a facade of agreeable behavior. So them do things because they don't want to hurt other people, bruise them ego. You have to just watch the numbers and all of these things, because we live in a numbers world. The people is all about numbers, who like them or don't like them. As me, I don't care who want to like me. I any idea them thing. When I depart this earth, I believe like say me I gonna live forever. When I depart this earth, just my character, my name, and everything, my persona, is all I care about. I don't care about when a guy wants to say or when the one wants to say. Remember this, whether or not you want to believe it. When Willie Agard was buried at Calvary Cemetery, that was right below, less than just yards away from where me grew up. Willie Agard funeral, my biggest funeral at Calvary Cemetery since General Starkey. There's no other person in a Jonestown concrete jungle get the funeral like Willie Agard. and General Starkey. Big. But well, even Burry Boy funeral was over 20,000 people. That was a murderer. Don't expect, say decent people, when you're a decent, honest and ethical person, that people is going to flock behind you. Remember, this is a culture, Jamaican culture we are talking about. So as for me, being popular, I never care about that, even when I was a police officer. Even people when I grew up with, you understand, I can't tell you that. Yeah, even at one point in time in my life and them thing there, people tell, amount of lie what them tell about me. So I am still here. So the absence of strong convictions, having strong beliefs, often means taking a stance that others may disagree with. A person who avoids any form of conflict or disagreement might be perceived as lacking conviction. They may prioritize popularity over principles, which can be seen as weakness or a lack of integrity. No guy can say that about me. No guy can say me a thief. The only thing a guy can say about me is that if you shoot off of me, you're not going to the hospital straight. 100%. Guy be try to kill me. Why me not supposed to take your life? I just saw it go. So if a guy want to eat me for that, for him business, all they don't try to kill me. You understand? Because one life me I protect it with everything. I have a fiber in my body. So we are talking about one of your beauty queen, Lisa Hanna. We are making you listen to her. But while we are continuing to tell you about when everybody like you, because fear of conflict, disagreements are a natural part of human interaction. A person who goes out of their way to avoid any form of conflict might be seen as overly concerned with maintaining a positive image. Reason being, people, they must see things, but because if them do it, or attack it, or talk about it, then become a popular, so them leave it. So it's all about what's in it for me. I said, be me a patriot. Born and grown in Belly Beast. No guy can't tell me nothing. I even put up a video of one of my family where him was a criminal. The number one brigadista who used to travel with Michael Mandy and my cousin. Man Tony Brown, Jard Flash, and all of them people, they are friends. Him and Danai Williams was friend too. Me and none of them are a friend. My family. Him love me and respect me because him realize I speak the truth. I help open him eye although a man in his 60s. I realize that everything that he was doing is wrong. You can't kill people because you do it both for party. That's how me differ from most people. So no guy can't tell me nothing about criminality. Born and grown in Belly, I be seeing it. So when people, them a launch all of them attack against me, me can't take anyone out. So disagreements are a natural part of human interaction. A person who goes out of their way to avoid conflict might be seen as maintaining a positive image. So this can prevent them from engaging in meaningful discussions and challenging harmful ideas. Superficiality. A person who is universally liked might focus on superficial charm and politeness rather than developing deep, meaningful connections. They may avoid any topic that could cause friction, resulting in shallow interactions. Like, when I call it, you have some people where people hate them, not because I want to kill them, not because they have done anything wrong, but because they call out people who are commit crime. Although people will try to cause conflict between yours truly and some others, forget them them conflict because to them want the person or persons to be them. For me, put out them photograph, but I won't do it. Period. So Rory not for worry about that. I mean, no say listen. Yeah, Rory Davis not for worry about that. Them who Rory know who me attack. So the nature of human interaction. Human beings are diverse, with different opinions, values, and experiences. It is statistically unlikely that any one person would be able to please everyone all the time. Strong personalities would naturally create friction with some people while attracting others. The reason why, as I say already and me say again, I don't hide it. I mean, always say, many police officers not like me. Reason why them not like me, and not because me a thief, because me not like thief. So them hate me for that. When I was a police officer, I think them not like to kill me. Yes, some of them not like to kill me because I have sent or helped some of them to prison. I make them lose the work. Me not like thief. Reason why them not try that, because them know say if them try and miss, them know the consequences of dealing with me. Because them know say one thing with my index finger, that always ready. So in essence, the saying suggests that true character often involves taking risk, expressing unpopular opinions and standing up for what you believe in. Authenticity is more valuable than universal approval. However, it is important to note that being kind and considerate is not inherently negative. The saying should not be used to justify being deliberately rude or offensive. So there's a difference between being generally kind and trying to please everyone. So the core message is to prioritize authenticity and integrity over pursuit of universal popularity. So in a Jamaica or in a Jamaican sphere, if you want to be popular, if you know say Jamaican people, if you're a criminal-minded person, Jamaican people will love you more than a law-abiding citizen. I don't know how their minds skew that way, but that's me. That don't fly with me. I don't do things because I want people to like me. One thing with me, you see, once I do believe in redemption, you know, you have sometimes some people who in your circle, especially in a circle, you can let them in once, but you don't let them in twice. Yeah, once somebody betray you one time. So we'll let you listen to Lisa Hanna, and then after Lisa Hanna finish, we'll go address we'll address some things about what she have said. You watch, you listen, and you decide. Over here saying on an entertainment channel. I mean, I do think because I want nobody to like me. I love Jamaica, that's all I care about. And no guy, when I said no guy, I talk no guy in a Jamaica. We have the credibility, the background, the character, and the integrity as yours truly. No guy. No PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, politician, scholar, none of them. Them cannot amount to me, the knowledge of me have. Because I was there when the baby born. Criminality. I don't care who want to hate me. Period. From I should have lost my life. 2 weeks after I passed police test at the corner of Pencil Street and Price Street. Last year my father hear me talk about it. The only person who I want cousin me have even him changed. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. But the boy were almost shoot my schoolmate, almost shot me. Him did apologize, but him did dead before. Him did in time I was in a training school. Him named Bernard. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. Check out Lisa Hanna.
In my lifetime, I've seen the end of the Cold War. I've seen the fall of the Berlin Wall, and I've seen the end of apartheid. I also saw the signing of the Oslo Accord between then Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and the head of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, Yasser Arafat. I've seen capitalism being introduced into China and is alive and well. I've seen also the shift of global owners of capital from the West to Asia and to India. And I've seen other things too. But what I'm also seeing today is that somehow the world is hurtling back to eviscerating some of these gains, and no one is standing up to say, hang on a minute, things feel a little uncomfortable here. Now when we watch our brothers and sisters in Cuba suffer without electricity because of decades of US sanctions, no one is saying no. Haitians are being slaughtered next door and trying to leave daily for a better way of life. No one is saying no. And there's a new brutal war in the Middle East, an ongoing war in Ukraine, a forgotten war in Sudan and the Congo. And blacks, Palestinians, and Jews are being killed daily, all in the name of authoritarianism. But worst of all, when we see the Jamaican news headlines, my blood curdles when I read some of the comments from Jamaicans on the sections of these articles. Because Jamaicans are saying, no man, we must not concern ourselves with over there. Now, I want Jamaicans, especially young Jamaicans, to understand something. You see, as a nation called Jamaica, we have always stood against things in the past and stood up for protecting the dignity and the freedom of people globally. We have always been a revolutionary people, destroying contrived dogma intended to enslave anyone to the supremacy of others because of their economic might or geographical size. Yeah, that's who we are. You see, our respect globally was earned by those who went before us, because it was their courage that has allowed the rest of us the confidence to hold our heads high with self-respect. And young people today may be increasingly aware that yes, racism still exists, and yes, may have felt its impact depending on where you live globally. However, for those who may have been born in the 1990s, there's something that you don't realize, because some of us knew about apartheid in South Africa, an oppressive system that started in the 1950s and ended basically in 1994. So you might feel that that system, when you learn about it in school, was from the 1800s. No, in my lifetime I witnessed it through international news, through school discussions, through what our government was doing and promoting against apartheid, because there was a stark disparity in legal privileges between whites and black South Africans. Yes, black South Africans couldn't even participate in politics. And as young Jamaicans, this kind of injustice really spurred a profound disdain among us to support the ending of segregation and brutality faced by black South Africans. And it ignited a spirit of activism for change within us. That's what my generation of Jamaicans, and even coming before, that's what we were given. And so whether some countries globally knew what was happening in South Africa when apartheid was implemented and its dominance reigned starting in the 1950s, and some countries chose to stay silent, I am grateful and proud that my country, Jamaica, under the leadership of Norman Manley, was the first country in the Western Hemisphere to declare, even before we were independent from Britain, that we weren't going to trade with South Africa. We weren't going to trade with people who had such restrictions, legal restrictions at black people, that they couldn't use public spaces, they couldn't vote, they're going to be forcibly removed from basic places. And we said we weren't going to trade with them. It was a principled and courageous step. You know why? Because we weren't even independent. No, we weren't. And it is because of those kinds, or that courageous step in particular, and through our international diplomacy and what we boldly stood up for in the world, why Jamaica was recognized as a country that, despite our size and our economic strength, that we were prepared to champion just rights for persons who could not stand up for themselves, even though we were not independent. And it is perhaps why when Jomo Kenyatta was arrested in 1952 by the British, who did he call to represent him and coalesce a legal defense team? It was Jamaican Pan-Africanist Ambassador Dudley Thompson. And Jomo Kenyatta went on to become the president of Kenya. Yeah, that's the history. That's the history of who Jamaica is. And so in the 1970s, when Michael Manley declared that, guess what? We were going to trade openly and establish South-South cooperation with Africa and other countries like Brazil and like India. And we were going to have a new economic world order with countries that looked like us, with similar kinds of people. You know what happened? Henry Kissinger, Secretary of State at the time for the United States, visited Jamaica in 1976 and said, look, Manley, stay out of Africa. We didn't. And moreover, when it was detrimental for our own survival in the West to establish diplomatic relations with Cuba and China, we did. And so that's why when Cuba asked Jamaica if they could fuel their planes on our island to help the people of Angola fight for their own democracy, Jamaica said yes. And it is because of this kind of dedicated purpose to recognize the dignity within our fellow men and women across the world, despite their race, their class, their money, revolutionize the way the world saw other people in those countries. It was these principled approaches by Jamaica that led people worldwide to respect us. Because Jamaica has always been seen as a beacon for human rights, justice, political freedom, and equality in human affairs. We're not going to tell you how to run your political life, but we're going to tell you that we don't agree with how you're treating the people. And this is why when Nelson Mandela was freed from prison, and even before he was president of South Africa in 1994, because I attended that inauguration in South Africa, you want to know the two countries that he visited first? It was Jamaica and Cuba, when he was released. And it is why perhaps when I arrived in South Africa in 1993 to compete in Miss World, I was emboldened with pride and camaraderie with the black South Africans. Because I was so humbled by the janitors, the seamstresses, the house attendants, the gardeners. I would sneak out of my room late at night just to sit with them and hear their joy, their gratefulness to Jamaica for the help that we gave them for decades in their struggle of brutality. And our musicians and our reggae music have supported the downtrodden and the invisible globally for many years. And also here in Jamaica, they're the vanguards of hope and revolution that gives us that kind of fighting spirit. The Bob Marley Freedom Concert in Zimbabwe, the haunting lyrics of people like Peter Tosh and Burning Spear and Dennis Brown and Bunny Wailer, and even today like a Kabaka and a Damian Manley. I could go on, a Protege, I could go on, and our women, or Janines, or Savannahs. This is a new generation, and it is what they're singing about. But I grew up immersed in a system of revolution, calling on the world to do better for the oppressed and for the downtrodden, because you know what? No matter where we come from, the cradle of civilization, we all know, is that we have to protect Africa and the rest of the world. So therefore, we have a responsibility to continue our activism for our own sake. For our own sake. And because when we do it for others, it protects us. I want you to think about what I just said. We have a responsibility to continue our activism for our own sake and for others who are being pushed into suffocation. Especially now that we're witnessing the worst underbelly of extreme right fascism being exposed on global political platforms daily by some seeking the power of leadership. So as Jamaicans, we cannot stand by and watch any emergence of apartheid 2.0, whether overtly or covertly. We as Jamaicans have always stood on the right side of history. And you know that I support certain kinds of human rights, maybe you don't. But it's time that we ask ourselves that if we renege on our duty of activism and on standing up for what is principled for other people, if we renege on that, what's going to happen to the future of our children or our grandchildren, whether in Jamaica or in the diaspora? Because Jamaica's unwavering commitment to justice and equality has inspired the world. So I want you to remember this before we seek to declare, or you seek to declare, you know what, over there is not our problem, either to none. We can't. That's not who we are. That's never been who we are. And if we want to continue being proud Jamaicans, punching way above our weight class of 3 million people and having the kind of resonance in the world, then we have to start looking inward and start asking ourselves, what are we committed to do for the least of us? Because it is tomorrow for you or today for me. So let's have a conversation about it. And let's remember why we are Jamaicans.
So you listen to your beauty queen. And what most of you do not know. That Lisa, Hanna. And you see, if I can uncover the truth behind her being labeled as the biggest pretty liar and hypocrite of all times. And the reason why I'm saying that, you hear Lisa and I talk about human rights. When you hear Lisa use the word human rights, she talk about the Rear Admiral, the same body business where you see Mark Golan and tell black youths, open up your body and take it like a girl. That's how she talk about. Most Jamaicans don't understand code message. And we can go on and on. So Lisa Hanna, the Jamaican politician and TV host, has been a prominent figure in the public eye for years. But lately, her reputation has stayed in it. Many have been calling her out for her perceived hypocrisy, and while she has managed to maintain a year of charm and charisma, the accusations against her are hard to ignore. Yes, I am one of the person who I don't think no other YouTuber has taken her to task as I have. And guess what? And the person who I have taken her to task with is somebody who share the same philosophy as her, Queen Ifrica. Queen Ifrica, PMP. Yeah, she don't come from the belly of beast as yours truly. But I can tell you the difference with these people and yours truly. Once you hurt me once, that's it. I believe in a forgiveness, but I don't forget. And you, although me forgive you, you can't come back in my circle. So some people ask, why you hate the PMP? Well, them destroy many lives, including all of my friends and me and them grew up, and two of us left. All of them dead from gunshot. I don't want nobody on YouTube come about. But I don't like the boy there. I don't care. You know, I pay my bills, you know, living in my house. Period. I don't want a friend from a criminal-minded person. So moving on. So one of the main reasons Lisa Hanna has been labelled a pretty liar by me is because of her tendency to flip-flop on important issues. She's been known to make bold statements one day, only to completely reverse her stance the next. It is like she's trying to appeal to everyone at the same time, without actually taking a stand on anything. And it's not just limited to politics either. She has been accused of lying about her personal life, her business dealings, and even her own accomplishments. You know, said they had accused her, CMPMP accused her of impropriety with her husband and all kind of thing, contract, and she say I lie them in a tell. Who knows why? Well, all of them are comrade. So another issue with Lisa Hanna is that she often presents herself as a champion of the people, but her actions tell a different story. She is known to prioritize her own interests over the needs of those she is supposed to be serving. It's a classic case as, do as I say, not as I do. And it has gotten to the point where many people just can't take her seriously anymore. In our constituency, I sent her, she barely win the other day, the last election. But what really takes the cake is when she tries to play the victim card. She has been accused of playing on people's emotions, using her charm and good looks to get out of sticky situation. It's like she thinks she's above the law, or at least above accountability. And it's not just her critics who are saying this either. Even some of her own supporters have started questions her motives and her honesty. She's not an honest person. She doesn't believe in a God. She's a pretty liar. She's the one that destroyed Queen Ifrica career when she was Minister of Culture. Lisa Hanna came out and she tell one of the biggest lie on Queen Ifrica. Queen Ifrica, PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, supporter, activist and voter, you know. Because even last year, Queen Ifrica was one of them who come out on a different big belly Mark, Gummy Bear Golden, the man born in England, and tell the same low IQ people them, so white people come to Jamaica as slave. And them, some of them buy it and say a true. Even one of them call me and tell me, say, me know your Queen Ifrica, say, Mark Golden and sister come to Jamaica as slave. And I say, oh my God, here we go. Real dummies. You understand? So, in one particular damning instance, Lisa Hanna was caught on camera making a statement that directly contradicts something she had said just months before. It was like she had completely forgotten what she had said earlier, or maybe she just think anyone wouldn't notice. Either way, it was a major gaffe that left a lot of people shaking their heads. When Lisa Hanna tell the Jamaican people, say, Queen Ifrica come out and say she make statement that's homophobic towards rear admirals. That was a lie. She just say if a woman inside her will have them baby father or have them man, put up your hand. How that hurts somebody who in a relationship with the same sex. Without heterosexual you can't have rear admirals. Lisa Hanna. So you're a pretty liar. So in one particular damning instance, Lisa Hanna was caught on camera making a statement that directly contradicts something she had said just months before. I would tell her, say, it's like she completely forgot what she had said, but I saw it going, people are liars, you know. But it's not just about the contradictions either. It's about the fact that Lisa Hanna has a history of taking credit for things she didn't do or exaggerating her accomplishments to make herself look better. It's like she's trying to create this image of herself as some kind of hero for poor, but the reality is much more mundane. And let's not even get started on her business dealings. There have been allegations of cronyism, nepotism, and even outright corruption. It's like she's using her position to enrich herself and her friends rather than to serve the people. That is what the investigation is all about. I will tell you, and I will tell everyone, everyone going into politics is to enrich themselves. Nobody, very rare, somebody going into politics for really help the poor. Very rare. And you can't really see them. You can't know the people that care about poor people. We can't tell you one thing with the PNP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization. Them create many poor people. So, in one stunning example, Lisa Hanna was accused of using her influence to secure a lucrative contract for a company owned by her close friend. It was a shady deal that smelled of corruption from the very start, and it is a wonder she didn't get caught sooner. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Lisa Hanna's reputation is built on lies, half-truths, and hypocrisy. She's a master manipulator who uses her charm and good looks to get ahead, but underneath it all, she's just a pretty liar. So what do you guys think? Do you think Lisa Hanna is a hypocrite, or she just being unfairly targeted by us at the Jamaica Young Police channel? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to check out my other content and similar topics. So I will say have a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police channel out.